Hello. Hopefully you can hear me and everything's okay. I've not done this for about a week, so I'm just a bit behind with everything. Just wanted to say hello to everybody who's already in. I am Boss to Crochet, Mary, hi to you. Crafting with Love, hi, Clint. And who else we got in? Okay now. So today I'm swatching these absolutely beautiful pencils. Quite excited to do it. It's going to be a long process because it's 100 pencils, but I'm going to try and move it through it as quickly as possible. My last video, I unboxed these, so today is just about getting the swatches done. And what I've done is the same as the last time when I'd done the Faber-Castell. I printed off these on the paper that I actually used for the coloured pencils, and we're just going to go ahead and swatch them and have a chat whilst we're going. How's everybody today? Look at these, aren't they beautiful? You have to bear with me because my voice hasn't been great recently. I've literally just got it back, so it's a bit croaky. I will be stopping for a few drinks, but we'll try and get through this and have a nice chat and see how everything goes today. Okay, so we've got the white, and I know it sounds really stupid to actually put white down because it's white paper, but it does let you see the difference in the colour of the paper and also the colour of the pencil. So what I did on the last one is basically start light at the top, and then as I've brought it down, put a bit more pressure on, and then when we get to the bottom, I'm basically burnishing it. So that's one layer. Go a bit lower on the pencil, gives you a bit more pressure. Joe, I'm still so nervous. I know I did this last week, but I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but I'm actually shaking, so you'll have to bear with me. Hopefully when I start seeing you guys send some messages in and we have something a bit better to chat about, it'll make it go a bit quicker. Hi, Camille's Creations. Lovely to see you. How are you today? This one is the titanium buff. Sorry, I just turned my volume down on my phone. I'm not sure how much you're going to actually see these light colours on the camera, but it is a good test for you to do when you get any kind of pencils, paints, well, any mediums, to be honest. You need to see how it's going to look when you actually start using them. And I do this with all of my mediums. It's a bit of a drawn out process, but it gives me a chance to do some lives, feel a bit comfortable before I actually move on. And these pencils are absolutely beautiful to put down. They're lovely and creamy. You'll see that more when I actually come to do the more vibrant colours, and this has got so many vibrant colours. I know we're starting at the bottom end, but we will get towards the top and it will be a lot more vibrant and exciting. But these kind of colours at the top here, these are, even though they're very light, these are the kind of colours that I will use when I'm doing portrait drawings. Now, coloured pencils take a long time to do an art piece. So when I decide on what portrait I'm going to do, I will then be able to have a full selection of the colours that I need, and hopefully it'll just bring my artwork to the next level. If anybody has any suggestions of a person that I should draw, then please let me know in the comments, and I will take that into consideration because I've got a few ideas, but I'd like to see what you, my viewers, would actually like to see me colouring. And when I say colouring, I don't mean like it's going to be like a colouring book. It's going to be a full drawn portrait of somebody. I'm just not sure who that should be yet. Thank you for subscribing to Camille's site. That's brilliant. Nice that you're connecting. This one is. Where is it? Primer Rose. This actually looks lighter than the one that I've just done. But it's the one that's in. Oh, Primrose. Sorry. It's Primrose. It's got an E on here. That confused me a little bit. Yeah, please link with each other. It's always good to have a community of people who are creative to link to each other, and then that brings our creations together because we all get inspiration from each other. One of you might see something that somebody else is doing, and that just might spark a bit of an interest for you to do something in your own style. It's not copying, it's inspiration. As long as you don't do exactly as what they do and you do your own full spin on things. These are going down so much quicker than the Faber-Castell ones. The Faber-Castell ones are quite a hard pencil. There, you can see that in my previous lives. But these are really, really creamy. I'm going to enjoy working with these. The difference is this is going to be like the base of the actual colouring, because that's where I'm getting my creams and where I'm getting um, the soft kind of nature of the skin, things like that. And then I go in afterwards with the Faber-Castell, which is a harder pencil to get all the fine details in, like strands of hair and eyes, eyelashes, all that type of stuff. And that's where you need that hard pencil. So yes, I unboxed the Faber-Castell and they took a while to do. I think it was about 4 or 5 days on lives because I could only do like half an hour to an hour a time when I actually got the time to do it. So getting them down helped me realise how much of a hard pencil they were. And it took quite a while to do it. But these are actually going down really quick, really smooth. You have to excuse me about my voice. I've literally just started to get it back properly. Yesterday I sounded like I had a male's voice. Even the colours of the yellow, I mean, this is coming through really nice. And I will be doing sort of other type of drawings. I won't be doing just realism portraits. I will be doing some other more realistic is what I'm more into. But I can be looking at doing like flowers and um different creations of what my brain comes up with. Let's have a look at the chat. Who's in? Yep, connected with everybody. Thanks for pressing love. You're welcome. We're always looking for new crafty friends. We're all looking for crafty friends. That's brilliant. We crochet connection on our channel. No crochet hook required. Yes. Bless the Crochet's site is very spiritual based. And even though in the name it does say the word crochet, it doesn't always mean crochet, but it does sort of form them links like crochet does um to other people who are out there watching their videos. I hope I've sort of got that right, but I know it's very much of a connection based channel. Um, but there is obviously some crafts and art and crochet in there as well. I've just mainly seen the kind of community bringing together, forming them links like you would do with crochet. Yes, I have fibromyalgia as well, Mary. It's a very, very misunderstood illness. The last time I did this with the Faber-Castell ones, like I said, it took me 5 days, but it took me about 5 days to get over actually doing it as well, being sat for so long. So I have sort of got a limit for myself in mind. Generally, I push myself past a lot of limits, which isn't the right thing to do, but um, you have to at times. And then obviously, if you can rest at any other time, that's what you need to do. Whether that means just not going out of the house for that day and doing appointments and stuff or rearranging things. That's just something that comes with fibro because you don't know what the next day is going to be like. The only time you do is when you're in a flare and everything's going even worse than what it normally is, pain wise. And then when you start feeling it being relieved, then you sort of got an idea of how your pain levels are going to be for the rest of the time until another flare comes along. But yeah, I get you, Mary. I know I deal with it myself, and it's very misunderstood. People don't understand how painful it actually is. Especially like skin pain. I'm struggling with a lot of skin pain recently. It's like constantly being burnt by the sun, having sunburn. Um, that's what I'm experiencing a lot now, especially on my back and my arms. Because it's not just aches and pains in your legs and joints and stuff like that. You get that as well with the fibro. But it's all like the extra sensory issues that you get. Like I said, the skin can, going out in the rain for me, that is actually quite painful, depending on what type of rain it is. That sounds stupid, but if you don't, if you know, you know. If you've experienced the pain from the rain, you understand what type of rain it actually hurts and stings. But different people experience fibro different ways. That's just the way I deal with it, and the fatigue is also a big issue. Where I could do like a bookmark on my screen to see where the last comment was. I'm just wondering if, because I'm viewing yous on the tablet, the chat, and I've got my laptop running at the side, running the operating system for the live stream. I don't know why my phone just made a noise then because I've put it on silent. My aunt passed 2.5 weeks ago, so I've been dealing with a lot of extra pain, been taking it easy. I totally understand you. Um, I'm blessed that I've not lost anybody close to me in a long while, but it's always sort of looming over your head. The older you get, the more people you lose, and that's just an unfortunate part of life. And yes, the stress and the strain of such a, well, people don't class it as trauma, but losing somebody to me is a traumatic experience because you're losing part of what you know and what your life is, and that person, and not having that ability to contact them and be with them anymore. So yeah, I totally get that. Any trauma with fibro brings on a lot of extra pain. So yeah, make sure you take care of yourself, Mary. It is a very difficult um illness to manage, especially when you're forced into some kind of trauma. I'm so sorry for your loss. Would it help if you told me a bit about her? What if she did any crafts or hobbies herself? Anything that you did together? Don't have to. Just thought it might be nice to, if you wanted to say a bit about her. Do you know, I've been doing these and I've not been checking if my words are actually in the right order. Because when I did the Faber-Castell, there was a few out of order, so I'm just going to go back and just make sure I've got the right numbers and the right colours in the right box. See, today I wouldn't be doing any proper art because I know that my hands are not steady enough today to be able to do detailed work. Colouring in boxes, you're not really that bothered if you go out the lines just because it's swatches. So you have to choose your days for the crafts that you're doing as well, and that's just part of the fibro as well. So it's all about doing what your body's allowing you to do when your body allows you to do it, and knowing how much not to push past. That's been the hardest part of dealing with fibro for me. There's always been like a person that pushes past everything and just goes for it, and you're not able to do that. She loved going to the beach and collecting shells and then painting the shells and making jewellery out of them. Oh, that sounds brilliant. There's I remember my gran used to have quite a lot of like jewellery boxes and things like that made out of shells. I don't know if it was just like the era that shells was quite a big thing. I'm not sure. But I do remember my gran who passed away a while ago now. But she used to have. I remember her having a lot of shells on different things, ornaments and bits and pieces like that. She was also a fantastic hairstylist. Wow, so creativity's in the family then. She had stage 4 liver and lung cancer, so we knew it was coming. It still had. Yeah, very, very hard. And I know it's not an easy thing to sort of hear, but at least you had a chance to sort of say goodbye and um, come to terms with the loss, even though it's still difficult. As long as you're taking care of yourself now and not straining too much, just let yourself heal. And if you ever need inspiration, sorry, on my screen, the little heart covers some of do you know the heart for the icon for tapping? That covers some of my comments. So when it moves up, I'll be able to read what you've actually put. Oh, there we go. And if you ever need inspiration to draw, we have a mocha. We have mocha our staffer on your channel, on our channel. I have adorable picture. She is such a personality. I've not done many dogs. I've done my daughter's absolutely in love with huskies. And when I first got my pastel pencils, I that was the first thing he actually did as a picture of a husky for her. Not, it wasn't a person's husky, it was just an image off the internet. And it turned out quite well because I've never really done pastel painting before. I'll have to see if I can dig it out and show it on my channel at some point. I have sort of set up an Instagram and Facebook, but I don't really know what I'm doing. So I'm learning as I go along, and I will be posting little things like that as time goes on. But just the learning of YouTube and the learning of how to do it all, and how to film and how to record and how to post and how to go live and all them things, it's taken me quite a while to sort of get used to it all. So yeah, I have got things like that in the background that I'm working on, but I'm working at my own pace because the most important thing that I need to prioritize on is community building and dealing with all the things that come with YouTube. It's not all joyful, as you probably all know. Hi Tam, thanks for dropping in. How are you? Hi Slurper. We're back on the Slurper. If anybody doesn't understand, me and Tam had a little conversation during our live last time, on when we was doing the Faber Castell. and I kept on needing to have a drink because it was the start of my voice going bad. So that was last week when it started going off, and then now this week I'm actually recovering, so my voice still doesn't sound normal. So I was slurping away, but yeah, we had a bit of a laugh and a joke. You're always welcome to go back and have a listen to the lives. It was quite funny. There's never a dull moment when Tam's in the chat. Are your orders still coming through with thick and fast, Tam? Yeah, Tam from Kits and Bits does a lot of scale modelling. Really, really good at them, to be honest. But he does have also a wicked sense of humour. Um, yeah, something you'd have to check out yourself. Yeah, I wanted to check these numbers because I think I was, yep, 30, that was right. I think they're all in the right order, to be honest. 820, yeah. Sorry, just bear with me. 520, 810, 240, 242, 821, and then we was on the perfect. Right, let's carry on. I can't see what that says because it's hiding behind the heart icon. I'll have a look when the chat moves up. Don't know if there's I'm viewing my comments on YouTube via my tablet because I don't understand this laptop that I've got. It's my son's and he's got it all set up differently to how I would do. I am looking at getting one myself, but I decided to spend my money on these coloured pencils instead of a laptop. So I'm saving up for a laptop at the minute. But at least I can borrow his whilst he's at college. He's happy for me to use it. I just unfortunately just can't change anything. Can't even have a separate user account. I can't see what it says because it's underneath that heart. So what's everybody been up to today? Actually, what time is it where you are? Because currently in the UK it is 3:25. That's because I don't drive the banter mostly. But yeah. This this creator is the Archbishop of Banterbury. That made me giggle in the last live. Yeah, he has a lot of banter going on. Did you see me come live and go, ooh, let me get on? Yeah, like and subscribe. I think that everybody that's in the chat at the moment is subscribed. I've got some thumbs up, so I mean if you've not done the thumbs up, that would really help. And I've also been doing some research and talking to other YouTubers, and apparently, if you tap on the hearts, and actually, not apparently because I've seen it for myself, if you tap on the hearts and the icons in the corner, the smiley faces and the 100% thing, that actually helps with your engagement and pushes it out. You have a look in your analytics, you can actually see how many engagement points you've got off it. I thought it was only on like TikTok, but apparently YouTube uses that in their algorithm as well. How much it affects it, I don't know. But since I found out every time I'm on somebody's live, I'm tapping away on the heart when I'm able to, and apparently it's made some difference to their streams and their videos. The vertical ones. I think you only get the icon when it's live. So if anybody wants to tap away, you're welcome. Oh, there we go. The hearts are going. Thank you. When your finger gets tired, you can stop. So it's 25 past 10 a.m. there. So you're 3 hours behind me. I did. I saw you live and thought, perfect. I can play with it. Good morning, Jodie. How are you today, lovely? It's really nice for you to come in and say hello. I think this is the most people I've had in my life, so this has really made my day today. I was planning on streaming it vertical as well at the same time, but I didn't get it set up in time. Because I just thought if it shows up in the shorts for other people, they may be able to come in and have a look at what we're doing and how we're talking and building a community and just having a good chat. But I couldn't seem to get the chat box up on StreamYard. I tried StreamYard on my phone because stupidly subscribed to it and paid for the month last time. Because I was in a bit of a panic to get it on the actual system. But I've managed to figure out the OBS. Really sorry, my phone's going off for some reason. Just need to check it because I did put it on silent. Let me turn it off. Not turn it off, turn it down. I have to leave it on because of the kids. If they need anything, they can get in touch with me. So if you hear it going off in the background, I do apologise. But I am a busy mum and I'm sort of putting this in as and when I can, which is why I didn't give a lot of notice. There was only like an hour's notice or something like that because I knew the kids were out today at college, and they weren't due back till later on today. So at least I got through and had an hour or so to do all this. Let's have a look. Just cooked the breakfast. What did you have? You have to let me know. Virtual bingo and a lot of new. Oh, virtual? Oh, brings. You said bingo. Sorry, got bingo on my mind. My daughter turned 18 last week, so we went to bingo for the first time. So I think that's why I saw bingo. Plus, my eyes are not near the actual tablet. Virtual brings in a lot of new people. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. Vertical, I presume you meant. Yeah, really want to try it. Um, but it's took me like 3 weeks to sort out the normal one. So yeah, I'll be going away, and if I probably won't get through all this today. So if I go away on the next time I come on live, then I will be trying the vertical at the same time, hopefully to get some subscribers coming in. But to be honest, I'm glad it didn't work because this is the most amount of people I've had in the chat, and it's a good way to sort of break me into it because I'm really quite new to doing lives. So I just think it's probably worked out for the best. As I say, everything happens for a reason, and that includes technology not working. That's my excuse anyway. I've been wanting to get in touch with you since the last live, but there isn't any way for anyone to contact you. I do. Oh, I mentioned it probably before you come on. I have started a Facebook page, but I don't really know what I'm doing properly with it. I mean, I've used Facebook for years for a personal side of things, um, but I've not used it for like doing, is it reels and all that kind of stuff. I've just sort of posted to friends and family over the years. That's all I've done. So as soon as I know what I'm doing with that, I'm going to put it in my descriptions, and then people can tap on there and message me or whatever. But I'm just not there yet with it. Um, But yeah, the Facebook page is there. It's all set up and running. I've just don't go on there a lot. Whether you can go in through Messenger, I'm not sure, through Facebook, but it's creating relate on Facebook. I've started an Instagram account, but I've done nothing with it. So I won't really suggest going on that one just yet because there's nothing there. And to be honest, I don't really do Instagram. It's just something that my daughter said set up. So I'm actually looking for some kind of app to join them all together. So, but this is stuff that I'm doing in the background. It just takes time for my brain to actually process everything to do at the same time as running the house and being a single parent and being available for the kids, all that type of stuff. Yeah, it takes up a lot of time. So I do it as and when I can. As soon as I'm able to sort of do a definite sort of a definite presence, that's the word I'm looking for, on like Facebook and Instagram, then I will definitely do that, get more involved with it. Kendra, good morning. What is it? Good morning. Oh wait, I missed something. Pepper, onion, and egg scramble. Now you're making me hungry. I've not had nothing yet. What time is it? It's 3:30 here. I've not had nothing to eat yet. I've had a cup of water. In fact, I could do with having another drink in a sec. I've had a cup of water and some tablets. But the amount of tablets I have to take in the morning, it's like having a small breakfast anyway. So probably why I'm not hungry. I go to do this. I go all day and I go, do you know what? I've not had nothing all day. I better eat something. It's not really good for you, but I just don't remember until my stomach goes, I'm hungry. Did you have a hard time with the verticals? um, I mean, I can talk. It's just for me, it's the doing some. This is why I started off with this kind of swatching. It's the doing something and read. I mean, I'm really good at multitasking as a mum and as a person in life, but I know, as general as you do as a woman, but doing something brand new like this, it takes a lot out of me, and I really sort of struggle to do too many things at once. So that's why I started with the swatches, where I'm not actually having to concentrate on something going wrong, and that's why I'm doing the boxes rather than doing an actual piece, because I'm not bothered if I go outside the lines. Um, because I know today's not a great day for my hands, and if it was a normal day where I was going to do something on an art piece, I wouldn't even touch it because I know my hands are not in the right mind of their own for today. Um, so yeah, I wanted to try and sort of keep up with the chat and also do what I'm doing. And I think it's okay if you just sat there and chatting to people, you can see things on screen. But if you're doing something and chatting as well, I just wanted to sort of break myself in, especially if things start going wrong. So I want to say hello to the lovely Kendra. Thank you for coming in. Just bear with me a sec. My dad's just rang, and I just don't want to make sure there's anything urgent. No, it's not urgent. He did promise me before I started live that he wouldn't ring me, and he just did. 3:50. How are you, my lovely Kendra? There is one more. There is more than one create and relate. Hence, I didn't message. Ah, okay. Yeah, there is a lady in. I think she's American. Who does like crochet called Create and Relate. She started. I come up with the name well over a year before I even started YouTube. Um, and I never even saw her name until I actually typed it in myself, and I thought, oh, that's not good. Then I got to thinking, well, there's loads of channels with very similar names. But my handle is Create and Relate 24. I don't know if that helps, but Create and Relate 24 is my handle. Once I start joining some groups and things like that, and I know what I'm actually doing with it, I'll post the full thing on the description of my videos, because I've seen a few people do with that. I've seen people do it with Discord as well, and I tried that, and I'm definitely not going back there again for a while. So at least Facebook, it's sort of familiar, and I know what I'm sort of doing with it. It's just getting the time to actually get on and spend some time doing it. This one's a bit weird. It's quite hard for a pencil. You keep your comments to yourself, Tam. Don't want to make it too easy for you again. Let's catch up. I need to have one Instagram. Can't keep up. Yeah. Instagram just doesn't, it's not something that I've sort of ever been involved with. So, you know, I'm asking my daughter basically when she's got time to sit with me, she goes through little bits like that. It's not that I'm, you know, a dinosaur with all this stuff. It's just my brain doesn't keep up with remembering what I've been taught. It's the actual sitting there and doing it with somebody, that's fine. And then I come away and do it myself, and I'm like, what did she say? I've got notebooks all over the place just to remind me what I'm supposed to do. I've even got a notebook behind me about how to go live because last week I've written it all down because I knew this week I'd be because I've not done it for for a week. I knew it wouldn't be right. What are we on today? Elysian Crimson. Crimson Alizarin. I should be able to say that because I've used this colour for years in my painting. Virtual brings too many comments at once sometimes. Yeah, I might. I feel bad when I miss someone. Yeah, that's my problem that I might have. I want to be able to talk to everybody. Um, I don't know. I might do it where I just do eventually, not now, because I really want to try and get some content of actual art posted and crafts posted because a lot of my videos have been more unboxing, but I have filmed all that kind of stuff that I've like the cricket and some of the crafts that I've done on that, and I have filmed them, but I've not edited them, and that's what sort of takes the time. But once I've got some more arts and crafts actually posted on the channel, and some tutorials, then I'll probably might even do just a general chat once once I get a bit more settled with everything that I'm using. I really enjoyed the lives last week, and I was really nervous. It was the first time I've ever done it, and I just thought if I do more of these lives, I don't have to edit them, and it's stuff that I'm doing anyway because I have to, in my own mind anyway, I have to do these swatches before I actually start doing any actual artwork because it's just a process that I go through. If I don't know what I'm using and how it works, I don't know how I'm going to actually use it and put it down. And I was also very excited to try these colours because I've been wanting these for years and they've been sat for a while now because I actually did the unboxing quite a few months ago. I know I only posted that last week, but that's how far behind I am with the actual uploading. But I thought I need to get these down and doing a live at the same time. It sort of killed two birds with one stone. Jodie and Kendra, I subscribe. Fantastic. Thank you, Clint, for doing that. Crafting with love. Hi, thank you. You're welcome, Kendra. Such pretty colours. They are. I mean, I don't know if you saw the Faber-Castell ones. They're more of a hard pencil. These are a lot softer. So when it comes to start doing the portraits of people, and I think it was Mary that suggested that I could do animals, and I've not done much in animals. I've done some in pastel pencils and I've done some in graphite. But the texture on fur and things like that, I've not done a lot with. I've done hair quite a lot. But yeah, no, I mean, I really like the idea of doing dogs. I just not done it before. And I want to try and do the stuff that I've done just because it looks like I know what I'm doing when it comes to do the lives. Just excuse me for a minute, my voice is drinking. No, I need a drink. Slurp. Just hope my microphone's not that great that you picked that up. Because I've just swished a great big bottle of water. I'll wait for your message to go up because it's hiding behind that love art again, and I'll read that in a minute, Kits. Kits, Tam. There we go. The issue with lives is that it messes with the algorithm. If you're going to do lives, you're better keeping a separate channel for lives because it will drop your views on your normal content. Well, I question that um, with a few different YouTubers, Tuber Chat being one of them. And I keep getting mixed messages. I've heard people say the same as you, and I've heard people say, no, it's YouTube likes that kind of variety. So I'm not really sure. What I'm going to do is just take it as it is, check my analytics, see if anything changes, and then go from there. Because the last video that I posted, which I think was about 2 days ago, which was these being unboxed. I don't normally see growth anyway on them type of videos till about a week or two afterwards. You get the general, obviously everybody's having a look for the first because they've got notified, but it's generally about a week or two afterwards. So that video was sort of like the in between of my last live and this live. And I should be able to get a general idea from that, but obviously I need to test it more over time. So when I'm getting to the end of this, basically what I'm doing is pressing hard, and that's classed as burnishing. So when you come to actually put these colours on and you want your colours merged together, so say you want this colour and this colour sort of mixing together and blending, you take your layers over and then eventually you burnish over the top of it, either with the same pencil or a white pencil or a colourless blender, and that's what mixes the two colours together and gives you that nice kind of blend. Lives have caused. Sorry, it's hiding behind that heart again. I'll wait till it goes up. If you haven't liked the video already, I'd really appreciate it if you do. And if you want to tap any of those hearts, I've heard that helps with engagement. I'd be really happy with that. But I'm not sure if everybody was here when I mentioned. If you've got any suggestions of somebody, maybe a celebrity, or I'm not real sure who to actually draw next. Why does your phone go 10 to a dozen when you're on a live? I've actually put it on Do Not Disturb, so just bear with me in case it's something. Really sorry. I'm still here, I'm just answering to a message. Turn down everything and off. There we go. Phone's still on, but it's on silent completely now. And I think the reason why I didn't do live for so long was because I was procrastinating so much about things going wrong. Because when I'm doing videos and I'm doing the editing, the amount of oh, the amount of things that have gone wrong and the amount of things I've said wrong. I don't know if it's because you overanalyze it because you're playing it back and you just want to make it as nice as you can. But I was just constantly concerned that whilst I'm doing the lives, everything's going to go wrong. And it generally does with the technology and the software before I actually go live. It takes me quite a few attempts, which is why I'm writing everything down. But at least I'm writing it down so I can remember for next time. Where are we up to? The issue with lives is that it messes up the algorithm. If you're going to do, oh, we've already read that one. Sorry, slurp. Lives have caused me growth. That's amazing. I'm really glad it has. What about like videos though, Camille? Do you actually post videos as well as your lives? I'm going to start my workout, but keep you running. Thank you, Kendra. Enjoy your workout. Hope it's nice and energetic. Jodie, I'd like. Thank you, lovely. Draw you? Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I could stand that. Looking at that for days on end. Your dog, I might be able to. Not sure about you though, Pam. I mean, I've got some celebrities in mind. I'm a bit biased on the people that I like. Um, and I think one of the people that I've got in mind, I've had so many different image changes and different skin tones and textures and things. That's one of the reasons why I enjoy looking at this person. So I've got this idea in mind, but I'd rather do something that I know my viewers would actually find interesting. And no, I don't want to draw Mr. Beast, even though it would probably bring viewers in. It's not something that I'm after. So it needs to be somebody nice to look at, somebody who's interesting. Oh, we're on the purples. I like purple. One of my favourite colours. So it needs to be somebody who's interesting. I don't mind somebody who's got some wrinkles. Wrinkles are quite a nice feature, and maybe facial hair, so maybe a man. Um, or at least some, if it's a lady then, or a girl, somebody that's got more of just an interest in it as like a pretty face. I want something with interest. I do videos, but I've backed them up. I've backed them because I do lives only. I want to get back doing regular videos. I miss them. Yeah, it's nice to actually get something down what you can have people come back to. I mean, I thought when I've done the lives that it'll just be the people that was sort of in at the time and a couple of extra stragglers. But the lives have actually got more views than some of my videos. Not all of them, but some of my videos. Especially in the first few days. It was quite surprising. I thought it was only going to be single figures. But over time that has grown, and with me doing a few days in a row, that caused quite a big spike in my analytics. Um, Now I don't pretend to know everything about analytics because I really don't. I'm learning as I go along. But obviously they provide you with little graphs, and then little graphs go up and they look nice when you've got a lot of views coming in and a lot of watch hours. And that's what I've seen to have happened with the lives. Um, I was thinking of branching off and doing shorts on a different channel anyway, but I really don't know what to do about that because the shorts that I do at the minute, I like doing quiz-based shorts. So like, would you rather, or um, just different. The reason why I do them is so that people can get used to who they are. Basically, when my husband ended up, when my husband went, um, I had to sort of learn who I was again. Um, I was so controlled in a lot of ways of what I was able to do and things like that. And plus, obviously, being a mum and a wife, you sort of take your own interests away and just deal with what what's on your plate at the time. But when he went, I had to sort of start thinking, well, what do I do now? I don't know what I like. I don't know what to do with this. And I use them type of quiz-based things with my kids. Just a bit of fun on YouTube. Like, um, it also gives you a chance to get to know your children more. I mean, me and my children are really close. We know quite a lot about each other, and we're always quite open and honest. But you don't always chat about the inner thoughts. And that's what art and creating, doing crafts and stuff has helped me with the kids. But them quizzes also opened up other doors of things that you don't normally ask about. or a view of what they've got. And it's really good and interesting to see them grow as a person and give you the time to sort of understand what they like and what they want to do. And them quizzes sort of help me. So obviously my channel is create and relate. So obviously I wanted to sort of do some kind of creativity, and mainly I've done arts and crafts. But when I started doing the shorts, I really enjoy creating the quizzes. And I am going to use some of them quizzes probably in my lives in the future when I get a bit used to doing it. I'm going to do some kind of quiz based lives, which I think are quite fun. But them kind of quizzes is what actually helped me learn more about myself. So that's why I wanted to sort of put it on my channel. I'm just not sure whether I want to separate them shorts from lives and content that I've put on as well. It's a work in progress. I'm not sure what I want to do yet. I'm always ears open from what other people have suggested and their experiences, and then I just take that information and see if it works for me. Where are we up to? Draw a picture of Illuminati with devil horns and a tail. Fab. Right, Camilla, I'm going to read your message in a minute. It's just behind that heart again, so I can't sort of see most of it. There's no way to move that heart thing, is there? No. If I tap on it, it just sort of brings the full list up, so I can't see anything at all. Yay, keep tapping. Look at this colour. I'm sorry, I've just got to pull this back. What is this called? Yeah, well, that makes sense. It's ultramarine. And every time I come to do this in paints, I go, oh, look at that colour. It's not my favourite, but it always sort of stands out. Don't know how well that is actually showing on the camera, but it's a beautiful colour. Really like it. Right, I can read you now, Camille. Now, I'm still a small channel, so do with that what you want. But my best advice is do what you love and do it on camera as much as possible. Don't worry about the numbers and it'll happen. Tam, don't take anything too much into that. I'm not doing everything on camera. Yeah, no, I understand where you're coming from, Camille. I want to enjoy, and I think the last few months I've sort of got myself that involved in how do you do this and how do you do that and all the rest of it. And I've started feel like I'm actually slipping away from actually doing creative things, which is the idea of doing it. And I didn't want to fall in line with everybody else that does the same, you know, boring brain rot. I wanted to actually connect with people and sort of do some chats and some light content, and then move my videos more into um you know producing full pieces rather than just doing swatches. Or I think my next live I'm going to give the choice to the audience. Not the next live, when I finish this project of doing these live, I should say. So what I might do is put a poll up of what craft I should do that day, and whoever votes the most on whatever that craft is, I'll do that on the camera whilst I'm chatting to you guys. Because I've got a stash of all sorts of different um, materials and different devices, and I've got loads of different things going on. So I've always got something that I can do. So if there's something you're interested in, and I do have it, and I might have some experience in doing it, then I don't mind doing it live eventually. It's just I wanted to get these first few lives going out and not having too many things go wrong. Just to put my own nerves at rest, if that makes sense. I hate that art placement. Yeah, it's really annoying. It's just, It'd be good if you could sort of move it around the screen, but I love how many people are tapping on it. So I don't want to get rid of it. So I'm really happy it's there, but it just stops that last comment. And I think the filming is actually about, I think it's about 20-second delay or something like that. Um, so by the time you've typed it, it's still a bit of time for me to actually read it. So I don't know if there's any sort of time gap between it being sent and me actually reading it and then saying, commenting about it. Even though I love this colour, it's not really crumbling a lot, and it's also not filling in a lot of the blanks even though I'm pressing really hard. Well, that might be because it's going a bit blunt. I do twist my when you do coloured pencils, you have to twist it as you're doing it, so you sort of keep your pencil sharpish at the end. Obviously, it's not going to be as close as a sharpener, but as you twist it around, it does keep it flatter on one side, then move it around again. But this actual colour is really weird. In fact, I did put a notes thing on the bottom of this, so 140. What should I say? 140 crumbles and not hard press. I'll come back to that and I'll be like, what did I write that for? What was it about? But do you know what the good thing is about doing these crafts and things online is that you can, or when you're filming, you can actually run it back and have a look at what you've said and where you was up to. So it's a really good feature for me. You're saying nothing, yeah. Seems like you're not today. You're being a good boy, aren't you? Okay, well, not literally everything on the camera, I take it. No, not everything. Yeah, Tom's being quite tame today. I think he's checking out who's in the room first and see who could actually handle him. We do have a good giggle and a good laugh when he's on. And Amanda was live the other day, Tam. I don't know if you was aware, but yeah, she done her first live in a while. If anybody's into the crochet, I don't know, there's a few people in who's into the crochet. Um, what's her channel name? Scraptastic. She's quite a laugh. And also, you probably most of you in the chat will probably know Crafty Witch, but definitely check out her channel as well. She does quite a lot of lives on crochet and other bits and pieces that she does. They're quite fun. And we're still trying to get Tam to start doing lives again. Young is retired. Sorry, he announced his retirement from lives a while ago, and he's not done them since. So, unfortunately, I was never part of his lives, but that would have been a hoot. Everything is for when we chat one on one. Can't keep up. Oh yeah, I'm subscribed to them. Yeah, she's a really. They're both really. Yeah, they've both got really good personalities, and I quite like how they keep the lives going and keep people engaged, things like that. And that's sort of what I want with my channel, where I can just engage with people and just talk about anything really. I mean, the amount of stuff that I've gone through in life, yeah, I've got experiences in quite a lot of different things. So it's open in the chat for you to talk about pretty much anything. There's a couple of things that I don't really talk about in my channel, not because I've got anything against them, just I just don't think it's worth the extra hassle because people have too many opinions and views. So, religion, politics and football were the three that I sort of said I'd try and stay away from. Um, I don't like to push any views on people, and I just want this to be a nice chat for everybody to join in. We're all human, well, most of us are, and just want this to be a nice place to chat and sort of do some bits and pieces, hopefully learn something from each other, and me learn a lot of things but forget it. I really need to start writing things down a bit more. I've got hundreds of notebooks lying around. The first 2 pages filled in, thinking I'm about to conquer the world with the new notebook. And then there's all the bits of paper, the bits of paper that you just grab from the printer quick to write things down on. And then you've written it down and you don't know where you've put it afterwards. I even started doing the clever thing of writing everything on my phone. And then I come up with the idea of, oh, I'll screenshot that. And I've got thousands of screenshots that I never look at. My brain it just doesn't, yeah, it just doesn't think. I look back sometimes, so if it's something really important, I'll name it so I can find it. But yeah, I've got probably thousands of screenshots or photographs of screens. If I've been involved in a webinar or something like that, I've took a picture of the actual screen that they've got up so I can remember what's been said. Not a webinar, that's where you're on the computer, innit? What is it when you're not on the computer? Seminar, I think it is, isn't it? Yeah, so whenever I've done like things to do with uni for my daughter or college or out like that, and I've had to take some information down because I won't remember it, I just take a photograph of it. I've got all that in my camera. I'll sat there waiting for me to look at. Can't read you. Can't read you just yet, Tam. Sorry, the heart's in the way. Just gonna get a quick drink because I'm getting dry again. So slur it. The chair was making music as I was turning around. Then what was it up to? 162. Oh, we're near the end of the tray. This is like, like one of them box of chocolates when you just want to lift up and see what's next. Well, I'm gonna wait till it's finished. I've seen underneath, obviously, to do the last video, but I can't remember what's there. I'm just wondering if I can get the chat up through OBS, because if I can, I won't have to have that little love art in the way. Hey, we might be here. Yep, I figured something out. Right, I can see you in. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I can see the full messages now on the laptop. So we're up to, yes. I was I was in there for a bit, but I was in bed at the time, so I had to have my glasses on, and it makes my poor broken nose sore. Why is your nose broken? Dee, hello. Oh, how did it go? How did your appointment go? If you want to say, I hope it all went well. If anybody's not subscribed to Andy, please head over and have a look at her content. Her creations are amazing, and her lives are really, really good. I always enjoy being in. She always makes you feel really welcome, and we always have a bit of a giggle and a bit of a laugh. And she's actually talented in many things. She did a live with Katie from Greenland Quilter the other day, and I discovered. I mean, I've been watching Andy for months and getting involved with the chats and stuff, but I learned quite a lot about other things that she actually is into as well. So I'm quite excited to see some of her new creations coming up. So if you've not seen her before, please head over and subscribe to her, or at least check the channel out and send some love. Just a blood jot, yeah. But gotta drive forever. Good, just blood draw, but gotta drive forever. Right, something's not working in my brain for that comment. I'm sorry. Yeah, you. I don't know if you're the same as me, Andy, but when you go for these blood draws, they have to take you off certain medications and stuff the night before, so it ends up messing you up for a couple of days. Experience anyway with some of the things I've had to stop taking just for the blood draws. I'm actually due to see the blood doctor next week. I need to get some blood taken myself, so I better get that done this week. Oh, right, 25 minutes to get there, 25 minutes to get back, yeah. Mm. Takes a while. I think it's about 20 minutes to hour where I go for having mine done. What have you got planned for the rest of the day? And are you going live tonight or are you having a break? I did head over to Camille's live after yours just to hit the like button and that, but unfortunately in my time it's quite late on by the time Andy's finished, so I generally stay up and do Andy's if I've got the energy to do. But anything past that time, I really struggle. In fact, I fell asleep a few times whilst Andy's been live. Nothing against live or videos or anything like that. It's just the time of the day. It's quite late on. Gonna go live tonight. I want to play with my knitting machine. Oh, is this the bigger version of the needles? Got to do adulty things. Yes, I've got to do adulty things in about half an hour. They're due home ish. So yeah, I'll be on here for about another half hour. Just filling in as many of these as I can. And I know I said I wasn't going to do more swatches on the next live, but with my voice being completely gone this week, when it's bits mostly back to normal now. It was still sounded like a male voice yesterday. It's still a bit deep today, but I can get up, get on with it. It's not as sore now, but because last week was my first time doing it, and I can't remember everything, even though I've written everything down, still was messing up trying to get the software sorted ready to do the live. And I was hoping to do a vertical live stream at the same time, but it didn't work out. So everything happens for a reason, and obviously it wasn't my time to try verticals. Maybe it might have been just too fast for me. So I wanted to make sure I've got something simple again to do. Plus, I was too excited to try these pencils out because I really wanted to get onto a piece of work and actually start doing some art rather than just filling in boxes. But this is the process that my brain has to go through. I have to get these all down on paper first before we actually start doing any artwork. So I thought, why not film it and chat it at the same time? Cruz, thanks for coming in. How are you today, lovely? Oh, that was the last one. We are now going on to the next tray. Let's have a look what colours we have. The only thing I don't like about this tray is these little tabs are tiny. You can't grab hold of them, so I might just change. So I don't want to keep them out of the box because they're nice and packaged, but That's not much to grab hold of. Keep your comments to yourself, Tam. What are we on? 661. I can get it out of the box. Yep, we're on the right one. How are you today, Cruz? Do you want to tell us a bit about your channel? I'm not sure if I definitely recognise your name. I'm not sure if I've connected with you. If you've been on Tuber chat, I definitely have. But I'll check that out once the live stream's ended. I know I'm making it too easy, and yeah, I'm not sure. See, I can do both sides of I can do both sides of different things because I get that people want to just come and watch the art and it be a nice, relaxing, peaceful chat and things like that. But unfortunately, I have got a bit of a crude mind every so often, and you bring the worst out of me. Try not to say anything too much, but I just what I'm treading carefully because I want to build up the community and get to know the people properly before I decide how loose, saying the wrong words again, how loose I can be in talking. Um, and I want to build that friendship up a bit more. Sort of get on the same wavelength with everybody else, but I don't know how everybody reacts just yet. So yes, we're both probably thinking the same thing, Tam, but keeping it low for now. Let's catch up. Mama Juju Crafting, thank you for joining us. How are you, lovely? Tam, translated. Tam, keep your mouth shut or stop leading me astray. Did you read my mind? No, I don't mean keep your mouth shut at all. Maybe just close it a little bit. But I know exactly what you're thinking because I'm thinking it myself. I just don't know whether to actually be my complete, authentic, true self or be a bit more reserved because I know a lot of people are not, might not take them kind of comments the right way. Nothing, it's just a bit of adult messing about and fun. It's nothing bad, it's just we've got a bit of a that's what she said kind of mindset sometimes. Or you say something and then you go, oh, that didn't sound right. We all do that. That's not just me that does it, I'm sure. Smash your percent. Yep. So yeah, I know where I am with the people I've spent some time with. But new people coming in, I want to get to know them a bit better before I know if I can be my complete authentic self. Because I do have a filter and I use that filter quite a lot. You have to bringing up children. So this isn't the children kind of way I talk, but it is sort of held back a bit. Um, but even my kids now, I mean, they're 18, so they're adults, but just them themselves saying, I say something and they'll go, "That's what she said." So I know they've been hearing bits, not from me. They've heard bits through school and college and whatever. So it's a bit more relaxed in that way, but um, still try and keep the lid on it with them. Listen, if they don't appreciate those type of comments, are they the really sort of people we want in this chat? Do we need that sort of negativity around us? It's not the negativity, it's more people going away from the channel because it might not. I get on with loads and loads of different people. I can get on with somebody of 2 year old and somebody of 80 year old and everybody in between. Um, and I don't know if it's part of like the masking or something like that. When I've been growing up, it's just something that I've learned that I sort of bounce off what that person's personality is, and I think I've been able to do that throughout my life and build that up, and I can relate with everybody on most levels. Um, Opinions can be a bit difficult, but in general chat, I just I want to enjoy the lives, and that type of messing about and having a laugh and whatever is really fun. It's good like that, but I don't want to push people away who don't like. I mean, it's never going to be like targeted at people or anything like that. It's just having a bit of banter and a bit of laugh. Um, but yeah, I want it to be fun for everybody. So I just want to be a little bit more tame in the beginning, especially. I don't want things going wrong straight away. Where we're up to. I was sorry. LOL. I always inform them that the 12-year-old boy in me is coming out. We might be on the same level there. I subscribe to you, Craftwitch. Thanks for doing that, Clint. Everybody connect with everybody if you can. Kits and bits scale modelling, Tam. Wait, you need a filter around your children. Ooh, that explains a lot about my kids then. No, I really do have a filter with my children. Both my children have autism and my son has ADHD, and you have to be extremely careful around them. And something that I'm really, really happy about with my children is they never heard any vanity or any kind of bad words or any kind of racist words or hatred words against other people. And the reason why I'm saying this is because when my son especially loses it and he goes into a full blown meltdown, because he doesn't use them words and because he doesn't hear them words, over time, over the years, his aggression can be quite bad. But you don't hear the horrible words coming out of him. And when you mix anger, aggression, and profanity, then that is not a good place to be around. So I'm just pleased that with myself really that I was able to hold back. I mean, I don't swear all the time and stuff like that, but I did hold things back from the kids so that they don't repeat it themselves, and that put them in a better place that they're able to be more articulate with the words and not have to use swear words just to fill in the blanks, if that makes sense. Because when the meltdowns happen, you don't you don't really have control because you're in a flight and fight kind of response, and if them kind of words and that kind of tone was installed in him, then his outbursts would be a lot worse than what they are. So that's probably more why I've sort of held back a lot more. Now they're a bit older, it's a bit more relaxed, but I know they've got the foundation of not using that type of language and things like that. I need to catch up. I am too old, my filter broke. I've not heard that one, but I like it. Yeah, I mean, I want to be my true, authentic self on YouTube, but obviously at the same time, I want to sort of build up the community in the chat and not push too many people away at the same time. But if I'm in a chat and I see the names of people who I know are going to just sit around and have a laugh, then that's where it'll be aimed to. It's just, I mean, obviously swearing and stuff like that. I'm not going to be doing stuff like that, but just having a bit of a adult banter kind of things like that. I'm not a swearing kind of person anyway. That's not natural to me. Um, but the sarcasm and the satire and things like that, that does sort of come natural. Respectful, yes, that's the word. Nah, I'm thinking that, yeah, that's a perfect word actually. I am quite respectful for, no, I am respectful. But I need to know who's around me, of what kind of, not what level they respect them, but respects what I'm saying to them and how they would feel receiving these comments, if that makes sense. I've definitely child-proofed my humour. You have to though, don't you, Andy? You sort of, it's like you don't go to work. You're not the same person at work as you are at home. You're not the same person. You're the same person, but you use your manners in a different way. Um, and the more comfortable you get with the people around you, the more you can sort of relax and just be yourself. But yeah, I'm always respectful. It's a perfect word. That's one thing that you'll sort of get to know about me is I always struggle to find the perfect word. My brain just goes off, and that's why yeah, I end up changing conversations pretty quick, and that's just a trait of how I am, unfortunately. Sometimes if I don't know what I'm actually talking about, or my brain's ran off somewhere else to say something, then that's what I'll be moving on to. Which is why something like this, keeping on task at the same time, is actually being really good. I think if I was just to sit there and just chat, I think I'd go too far into conversations and not keep it about the art. And I want to keep it about the heart at the same time, not the art, creativity at the same time as having a chat. And that's what I'm hoping for. I think I might need to start seeing the opticians because I can't read everything on the screen as easy as I used to. I definitely have to check. Yeah, we've done that on Crafty Witch. I love the ornaments. If you mean the ones on her channel, she does some amazing, amazing pieces. 3D printing is amazing, and her crocheting is amazing, and the manner is amazing. Amanda, Amanda is amazing. Same here. My daughter is an adult with high functioning autism. Yes. You know the struggles. And if you've got a good foundation for them, that can only be built on good things. So even though even though I struggle with an adult sized tantrum now, it's obviously understandable why, but at the same time, he sort of, even though it's not controlled as well as it should be, he knows how far not to go. Um, and I think that's just because how he's been brought up. He's not been brought up around, well, especially since his dad left. He's been brought up, well, they've both been brought up with plenty of love, plenty of care, plenty of understanding and attention. So that's just built them into the nice people that they are now. Yeah, they still have the problems, but they are doing fantastic for how far they've come in life. I'm really, really proud of both of them. Yes, I have been there. Yeah, I swear so much, but after becoming a caregiver for my GMA, I had to make swear words safe and funny. Now they just stuck that way. Yeah, I come up with really stupid words. Like my favourite at the minute is calling somebody a prune stick, and I don't even know where it come from. I would go away, you prune stick, or just something. I don't know, just something completely not even relevant to what we're talking about. And my dad come up with this idea years ago, and it sort of stuck with me. Um, we was out driving once, and somebody pulled out in front of him, and he went, "You banana," And I couldn't stop laughing. And I said, why'd you call him a banana? He said, I said, most people would have swore at that and you called him a banana. I was a bit older, it wasn't like I was a kid or something. I was a bit older, so I've heard some words and whatever. Um, and he said, well, if it ever went to court for somebody getting out on road rage and they turned around and said, why was you provoked? And somebody said, because he called me a banana, it's going to look a bit stupid to the judge, innit? So I thought, well, that's quite wise that I'm use that. So I don't generally use words at people anyway. It's always a memory that stuck with me. I enjoy everybody's creativity. We get ideas from everywhere. I mean, I don't do crochet, but I found your channel and I was addicted to you and how you are with the content and how you are with the people that are on. And it just it's the community side of things that has sort of got me, and it wasn't something I was thinking of at all when I really started. I wanted to build my own community up, and do chats and stuff through videos. I didn't even think about going live. And I think when you first start off, it goes into your journey goes into something else as you go along, and then you come up with new ideas, and then you end up on a different path to where you were started. But it's a better path. Your ideas evolve, and when you see different things, you think, I could do that. Or even before YouTube, I used to see things in the shop and I go, God, that's expensive. I could make that, and I'd go home and make my own version. And they're the type of things that you can sort of pick up from anybody's channel and ideas and creativity. So when I get my Facebook sorted, that's where I'm hoping to do a lot of sort of communication as well as the lives. Um, but just have a group there for people just to connect and chat when they need to. Because I know how hard it can be when you're on your own or when you're lonely, even when you're not on your own. I felt really, really alone on times when I've had loads of people around me who love and support me. But I just felt alone because nobody was actually, even though they understood how difficult everything was, they didn't understand properly because they wasn't or never been in my situation. Doesn't matter who that person is, if they've never experienced it, they don't know. They can try and understand, but they don't know exactly what you're going through. And I think that's such a beautiful thing about YouTube community, is that when you find somebody who's been through something similar and you can connect with that person and normalize them feelings and normalize them health conditions and things that you have to go through, it makes you feel better inside. And I've had that help through things like carers support and things like that, where I've met other parents. And I know not everybody can get out. I know I can't get out to a lot of different events and things. So if people are in the room and they're on YouTube anyway, I thought it'd be just a nice place to sort of go, well, you might not be able to get out of your house or not, might not have anybody who understands what you're going through. Come on here and we'll all chat and see if anybody's got a similar story so that we can share it and hopefully normalise whatever that problem is. And I don't mean normalise to patronise somebody, I mean normalise as in to make them feel they're not on their own going through the same stuff. I make fish wire blush. Oh, fish wire. Sorry, fish wire. Right, I really need to go to the opticians. I make fish wire blush. That's what's working in the healthcare does. Ah, well. Yeah, I was thinking of going into healthcare. I don't know if it's a good idea. When I moved to Yorkshire, my favourite insult they used were plant pot. Yeah, I've heard that a few times. Yeah, plant pot. Go at you stupid plant pot. Just something really stupid because it's not. It's insulting, but it's not nasty insulting. He's sort of making it pleasant insult. There's a lot of silly words, and that's what I love about being seeing people on YouTube. You find about stuff that you've never even heard of, or even stuff from your own country, the way you think, I didn't even know that's where that come from. Just like certain words or um and it yeah, I might not always remember what's been said, but I always find it quite interesting at the time, or if it's something that's really stuck, um, I pass that about and share it about because it's sort of made sense in my head, so it might make a sense in somebody else's head. Makes you feel not alone in the battle. Exactly, and that's what it is. It is a battle. It's not. It's never ending battle. But that can be with anything. It's not just with children with autism. It could be an older person that you're looking after who's Alzheimer's or anything. Um, and that's what I love about creating. Doesn't matter what age group you are, everybody has got some kind of creativity in them. And I used to love. They don't do it so much now because obviously they've got um college and other bits, but they're both of them. I'm not going into what they're actually doing, but both very, very creative people. And I think that's come from sitting down and doing crafts and using your brain in different ways. And obviously, the way they think because of the autism and the ADHD is completely different to how other people do things, and that brings along with it their own kind of creativity. Um, and even though it's a very difficult thing to deal with, I have always told them that that's their superpower, their autism and their ADHD. It's a superpower that they've got because I wanted to normalise it and let them be them. There's no point in masking. I did it for years without even knowing that's what the problem was. But I was masking for years and didn't even know about it. Um, they are, but especially my daughter, authentically themselves. They do exactly how they want to do their life. And I think that is amazing because they're only 18. I'm 40. I don't want to say the rest. I'm over 40. I'm over 40, and they've got a better idea of what they want to do with their life than I have. I've always been ambitious and wanting to do things, but a lot of that was sort of squished down because of position that I've been in. But for the last since they was 12, they've been brought up by me alone. Well, me alone. I shouldn't say me alone. They've been brought up by me, obviously as a single parent, but they have had them grandma and granddad really close by. Um, if there's anything else there, and they support me at the same time. But even though they're there and we're really close and they understand a lot of what's going on, they've not actually been in the same position that I'm in. So they can try and understand, but it does take somebody in the same position to understand what's going on. Yeah, just in life in general. Life can be a blessing and a battle. It's an amazing gift to have, life, but at the same time, you have to deal with them ups and downs, and it's just part of reality. And that's the bit I'm struggling with at the minute. Is the children are going into the big wide world of adulthood now, and sort of realizing, I mean, they've got me there. I'll always be there for them, but they have obviously got to do all the things themselves now. How many have we got left in chat? 'Cause I'm coming back to. I can't even see. Right, we've got 6 in at the minute. And what I'm going to do is finish off on these last 2 because we're probably around time when they're due back on, and then I will come back and do another live, hopefully tomorrow. Probably around the same time. But what I'll do is I'll put it on as a proper thing, like so you can click the notification button. And if I do that before they get home, this one's weird, it's not pushing down very well. Yeah, I'll come back on tomorrow and continue with some chats and lives. See if we can push it out to a few more people. If you don't mind sharing it when I've posted it, that'd be amazing. I really appreciate that. Oh, something else that Kevin mentioned on Tuber Chat the other day is if somebody puts a comment in your comments, after the live is finished, if they put a comment in the actual box afterwards, when the live's finished, that helps towards something about the comment being similar to what the live was about, pushes the algorithm forward. I mean, all these little things people say, and they might help, they might not, but I'm just thinking, well, it's not going to do any harm, is it? So I do the same thing. I just follow what they say. I'm definitely missing some chat here, because on that screen it's different. Oh, I do. Oh well. What? I'm going to say, what time are you on tonight, Andy, but your time's different to mine anyway. And I can never remember what your time zone is, because I can't remember everybody else's either. Do you just put lives on as and when you're about to do them? Because I think that's the only way I've had notifications in the past. Don't like this pencil. It's like it's not soft at all. The other ones was really soft. What's MNT? I've seen that somebody written that before. I know I can gather the EST is Eastern Standard Time. Alright, if you set it up early, I can just click notify me and then I'll know when it's on. Um, Question, do you use live stream or do you go straight live stream? StreamYard or do you go straight onto YouTube on your verticals? Because I did try setting up vertical to do this at the same time, but it didn't work. And I couldn't keep an eye on both chats because the phone was recording it. Oh, Mountain. I've not actually heard of that one. I've heard of Eastern Standard Time and Central Standard Time, but I've not heard of Mountain Time. It's weird what you don't know if you're not in that country, do you? We just have British summertime. We have 1 hour back, 1 hour forward for winter and summer, and there's no other difference then. Obviously, other countries have different time zones, but you don't concentrate on it until you need to know yourself. Really don't like this pen. This actual pencil's not very nice. I'm having to press pretty hard. It's a nice colour. It's probably a colour that Andy really likes. It's sort of tealish, but it's just not a nice pencil. Which one do you like better, Andy? That one or that one? This one's a bit darker. 180. I'm in the middle of the USA. Good. You use Streamlabs, but last night I did YouTube. I didn't notice any difference, to be honest. I set StreamYard up in a panic last time that we went live, and then they charged me for the month, so I thought I'll just use that. But when I come to start it up, it said I could only record. It doesn't say that I can actually stream. But I think I've found a way where I can stream live on a vertical camera and live on a landscape at the same time through a software. So I'm hoping that I might be able to do that next time. And then that way I can do the vertical stream at the same time. If it gets too busy, I can just say that I'm ending it there, say goodbye to that lot, and then just keep the chat on the horizontal then. Do like an after party on the horizontal one. I'm still here. I'm just dealing with work stuff, more 3D print stuff. The War of the Worlds stuff seems to be really popular. Yeah, me, ex, and I think my dad as well was really into that type of stuff. It's not my type of thing. Otherwise, just made sat there and listened to all the bloody music all the time. I think that's why I don't like it. I'm glad you're getting some orders through. I know you've been quite busy, and I really appreciate you coming on. But at the same time, I'm really pleased that you've got a lot of orders coming through. And it sounds like you have as well, Andy. Sounds like you're doing really well with your stuff. Don't like this pencil either. I don't know what's going on. These are supposed to be really, really soft. And to be honest, I'm going to do a comparison because the Prismacolor are much creamier than this. And I didn't buy the Prismacolor because I've already got a set of 24 and I wanted to splurge out on this. But to be honest, up to now, I'm not sure if for wasting money. I mean, they're beautiful colours, but just let me get the ones from last time. I mean, these are a hard pencil. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, they're definitely creamier, but they don't get into all the... This is definitely surface kind of colouring. Oh well. Can't send them back now. I've already used them. But we are up to 180. I'm saying this for myself as well as what everything is on this. 180. Not that one. So we're pretty much on the first then, aren't we? Who's up here, I think. 180. So we're on this kind of bluey colour next. Right, I'm going to sign off. Let me just have a look what any more has come in. Very cool, Tam. I'm printing bottoms for my fairy houses. Oh, I won't say what I'm thinking. No, it's not that creamy. I don't know. Um, yeah, I mean, up here, they felt really nice and quite smooth and creamy. It might just be the pigment. I know certain pigments, when they pick them up, it's harder to ground them to actually use the pigment in the... I can't remember if these are the wax ones or the oil ones now, but when they put it in with the blender, it can be, more gritty. I don't know, it's just especially them ones, and I think it was one of these red ones. It's that ultramarine one, because I actually put a note down there that it's not very creamy. But even that, it's actually coming off on my finger. Oh, for God's sake. I know Tom's in the background, but I hope he didn't hear that one. Right, I'm going to sign off. I will see you tonight, lovely, on your channel. Tam, if you can hear me, thanks for dropping in. And anybody else who's sitting in the background, thanks for joining me. Please like the video, and I will see you next time. Bye.